The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Here we go. 8, read. Send to the west. Hit it.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
You draw quarter. Check 48 to
They'll run with Taylor. Sharp there with his feet, gets him a little extra space, and then drop just inside the 20. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 18-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Hey, Wood. Hey, line 52, jet bomber.
The give to Taylor, and this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
Check. Recon, 132 fighter. Go.
They'll run on first down. Taylor. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Check 31. Pilot, 64, read. Check 50. Let's go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. From 3 yards out, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago. So how do they come out this week? Same way. They've got that momentum going, a touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we've seen where teams have scored a ton of points the week before. The very next week struggle to score almost as if they used it all up. Not in this case. This group appears locked in.
And we're going to have to make some adjustments if you're on the other side of that football. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
down. 50, plant.
59. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Ready?
On first down, McFarland. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Lock to throw on second down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
He'll come out throwing here on first down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. No gain, and it's second down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, C6, C6.
Watch the slant.
Now a give, right side. Taylor, and they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Ready? 18 game.
Watch the pass.
61, matchbox, lights.
Mark 49. Mark 49. We got it, we got it. Shit.
Get it.
They'll look to throw here. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he's taken down inside the 30. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
6-6, pull it high. 5.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Josh Jones in on the stop.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On second down, it's Taylor, and he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24. The Niners on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they snap him short of the first as he can only get to the 20. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. The 49ers are going to turn over to the special teams crew. The field goal unit is out there now. From the left hash, this from 37. And his kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This one fielded at the 5. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Now Locke throwing on second down. He'll get this one complete to Terry Godwin. A gain there of 21 yards. They'll run on first down. McFarland. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, is it bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Kill, kill, kill. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
Check that.
Throwing his Locke on third down. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow.
Let's go, let's go.
First and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
Got it.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. He's got it, and it's 17-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And to give this time to the tailback. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
They look to throw. It's Locke. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
On 1st down, Taylor, and he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Watch the whip.
Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
Here we go. Set. 60 outlaw. And watch that. And watch the ball. Right up.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taken right around the 44. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Terry Godwin, his first touchdown of the new season, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Rip right. Check 43.
80 weapons. Yo, jackrabbit, come on.
Wide.
Look at me. Zipper. Shoot.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a 1st down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Come on.
They'll swing this complete out to Hill. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining.
Hey, watch the slant, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Watch the 61. Matchbox lights. Hey, wahoo!
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You can't block me. You can't block me.
6-6. Pull it high.
Check, check.
Get.
On second down now, it's Taylor. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
You better get in the weight room, son.
I'm on set. Send logo.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback. That sails over the end line.
Ready, set.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. On third down, Locke. Open man has got one. It's complete. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get that
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
The throw right sideline here is complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is first and 10 at the 26-yard line. They'll try the left side. Smiley. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13.
Ready?
On second down, here's Locke. He's got his man in the crossing route. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 16.
Set, ready? 90 Wolf. You draw Forster. Snap.
They'll run on first down. Smiley. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 2nd down, McFarland. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
To throw on 3rd down. Lock. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Now, those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there.
Here we go. Set. 18 Gator.
Check the outs. Check the outs. Check the outs. Check 4. Check 4.
Pilot. 64. Weak.
They find some open field here. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. They'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
Hey, exit.
49, guys. Mike, 49. All day, baby. All day, baby. All day. Mike's 49. Mike's 49.
Let's go.
Now back to throw.
Let's get this.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
80 weapons. 61, matchbox lights.
Defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
Ready?
On 3rd down, Taylor. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Let's go. Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On 2nd and 15 now. Lock. And that going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 15. Throwing now is Lock. Going up top. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
6-6, pull it high.
Check Mike 33. Check Mike 33. Coming to you. Coming to you. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist.
Topper. Topper. Get it.
Lock to throw for it on 4th. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 32. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
On 1st down, it's Taylor, and down inside the 15 he goes. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Taylor. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
General West.
Mike 48. Better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
2nd and 6. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic. Got you. I got you, son. I got you, son. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
Blue draw forfeits. Smooth.
48, go.
They'll look to throw. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go, here we go. Check. Check hot route. Hot, hot. Sponge. No.
Recon, 132 fighter.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here we go.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 45. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
49's the mic. Watch 49.
You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this? Hey, high 7.
49, guys.
Ready?
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise or throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And it's a fumble. And the Raiders pick it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
You and I have been around teams, and they all have goals for games, don't they? And every team we've ever talked to says what?
No turnover.
Don't turn the ball over. 0. And they were that close to getting it done. Won't cost them today, but they'll hate that when they're watching the game tape.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw it is Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quan Alexander in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland 1st down. Locke now 8 of 17 so far. So under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Sione Takitaki. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
On the ready.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Rush in.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Hey, Alpha.
They'll go for it. It's locked. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Hey, Zoo.
49, guys. Let's go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Sione Takitaki able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Locke going to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's the Raiders punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at the 23. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
They'll keep it on the ground. Taylor. So the